Hey, Christian, how's it going, buddy?
Brendan, how you? Oh my God, what are those?
Hey, do you like the new limbs? Or, I'm sorry, the new joints.
Don't necessarily. I like is a strong word.
Hey, listeners, just so you know, so I just got done getting some surgery. I decided to take the plunge. I gave myself an extra arm joint. I am now a long-armed human. Christian, what? Come on. Surely you have a couple of nice things to say.
They look nice.
Okay. Do you have anything more to expand on that, big guy?
They're long.
All right, come on, seriously. What is your problem with the long arm vibe, dude?
I don't know, man. Like I'm not as hung up on it as Devin has been this entire time. Like he would be repulsed by you. I just, it's a little unnatural. It just, I don't know. It's gonna take some getting used to, I guess. Does it feel weird? Like, are you okay?
I mean, honestly, I feel more free than I have in my entire life. Can I show you this? Watch this. Okay, so this is me bending my original forearm. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
Now look at this. Look at this second forearm.
That doesn't hurt.
No, it feels great, actually. I've got an extra degree of freedom. It's fantastic. I've never felt more alive.
Huh. Well,
I'm just saying, dude.
I mean, I guess I'm glad you feel that way. Huh. Yeah. Can I tell you though?
Yeah. What's going on?
I also got my own surgery.
Oh. Yo. Wait.
Yeah. Let me just stand up real quick. Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that, baby.
Oh.
You thought I was tall before. Look at me now.
My God. You're enormous. What? Wait a minute. Were you just sitting down that whole time? I thought you were standing.
Every time you've ever seen me, I was sitting.
Oh my God, dude. My world has opened up. My God. You're an Adonis.
I'm a long leg man now.
You tower before me. Well, honestly, I'm glad that you managed to change yourself for the better, Christian. I hope that your new legs provide you with a sense of joy in the coming day.
And you know what? I'll be more open-minded about your long arms.
See, that's all I'm asking for. See, we just want acceptance here.
And then we do the Full Metal Alchemist handshake.
Only you put your foot up, and I'm gonna reach my hand out. Yeah.
Or even better, we do the Viking handshake where we grab forearms, but I'm grabbing your first forearm, and I'm like, ooh, okay.
Oh,
still working on it.
We're workshopping a little bit. So anyway, we watched One Piece this week. That was a loose attempt at a bit, and then it just ended up being us admiring each other's new surgery.
New long limbs.
New long limbs, buddy. Well, I'll just jump straight into the summary, and then we can start derailing from there. Our crew starts out today's adventure with the most important issue on the table: lunchtime. Sanji begins his prep work when we're met with a miniature food thief, eating everything in sight. The tiny thief is eventually caught by the gang and is revealed to be a giant girl named Lily that ate the mini fruit. Lily and the team quickly hit it off after the food crisis, and she begins to tell them all about her story and her father, Pons Fry, and how he is the gourmet chef of giant fame, and he's being taken to Impel Down. Lily hopes to stop that from happening, and of course, the rest of the team happily offers to lend their services. One botched rescue later and a poorly choreographed skirmish with Christian's least favorite race of characters, and we save Lily's dad. Well, and then round 2 happens with the long arm guy. The long arm man is named Shuzo, and he's a member of the Neo Navy, a mysterious new world organization that seems hell-bent on the complete destruction of all pirates instead of their capture. Unfortunately, Shuzo came face-to-face with this flesh mecha, sleep paralysis demon, so he won't be joining us in the future. Guess we'll need to save the movie to figure out, or I guess we'll need to see the movie to figure out what comes next with the Neo Navy. So yeah, Christian, I have some preliminary thoughts, for you. On one hand, I'm so glad, you get to experience this one-off dumb filler with some giants. Momongus makes an appearance. Mm-hmm. And then in the other bag of my mind, I knew going in, he's going to get Long Arm Tribe and Flesh Mecha and he's going to hate it.
All right. This whole long arm, I don't like the long arm tribes, but they're not my like least favorite people in the whole show. I don't know what would be, but I feel like I'm being unnecessarily attributed most of Devin's hate here. Like Devin is an avid long-armed hater. Yeah, Jinx, you owe me Dr. Pepper.
My bad.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the negative side of things. I'm certainly not neutral. I don't particularly like the negative, or I don't particularly like the long arm tribe, but I think most of my long arm tribe dislike stems from my dislike from Apu mostly.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like they're kind of catching a stray bullet here because of as a whole because of Apu.
You just can't get past that piano teeth.
I don't know. I just don't like the guy. It's those piano teeth and the fact that they trapped my boy Brooke all that time. Now, I know they helped foster his musical talent and all that, but like, come on, man. Capitalism, am I right? Anyway.
Capitalism, am I right?
The Flesh Mecha thing was, it was something.
I do want to ask really, really quick when she was going over, so Lily is this giant girl that ate the mini fruit, so she could just like be a tiny person whenever she wants, but she's normally a giant. She expresses like, yeah, I've got all the strength of a giant, and like that's kind of my shtick. And then they're like, can you do anything else? And she's like, I do this thing where I can go into people's mouths and expand and make them explode. Did that idea tip you off to what might happen in the future?
Well, that one, no. My mind immediately went, oh, Ant-Man. but I mean, literally 5 seconds later, they go, oh, well, if you did that to Luffy, he would just stretch because he's a rubber man. So they already set this. They forced that down your mouth in the first place that this was probably going to happen anyway. But
yeah,
I have to tell you
what
I already knew about Flesh Mecha.
No, that was the most important part of these episodes. Oh man, I'm sad.
Do you want to know how I know?
Oh no, wait a minute. Please tell me I didn't do it.
No, it wasn't you, but it was another person on this podcast whose name starts with J.
Oh my, come on, dude, Justin. We can't have like one dumb gag from a filler without you doing like saying
Brendan.
something about it, man. What? Oh.
It wasn't Justin.
No.
I guess I might have led you astray by saying he was on this podcast because he's not really on this podcast anymore.
Jordy, why? Why are you like this, man? I hate him, dude. That was like the best stupid payoff of these entire set of episodes. Oh man,
yes,
well, you know,
it's true. Jordy mentioned, I don't even remember how it came up in conversation, but when we were talking about these episodes and how I think we were talking about maybe Justin's schedule at the time and how he was going to potentially miss and then did, as the listeners can see and hear. I think he mentioned offhandedly that you're going to miss Flesh Mecha. Or maybe Devin was there too. I don't remember. Maybe that would have been why he brought it up. But either way, Jordy brought up like, oh, you're going to miss Flesh Mecha.
Oh, boy. To be fair, I kind of did that literally earlier today. But it was under the expectation that people had already seen the episodes.
Yes. I think Devin was there because he didn't sound too surprised about, or he just completely blocked that part of their message out of his mind, which is a Devin thing. But regardless.
Well, I'm sorry that you knew the bit before we got to the bit.
It's all right.
It is what it is sometimes. At least we got some fun chill time with the straws. I actually did like that in the first episode when they're just kind of like vibing and getting their new outfits going. That was a little bit of fun.
Yeah, they gave us a whole excuse for why they had to change into their movie outfits.
Yeah, they did. And can I tell you, I really like their movie outfits. Their movie outfits are pretty fire.
Movie outfits do tend to be on point.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I will say, this set of episodes centered around this girl, Lily, and her dad, Pants Fry, which I believe Lily's last name is N Stomach. So
Yeah.
The dude's name is Pans, Fry, and Stomach. So I guess like what a cluster fucking names in there. Pans Fry was known as some kind of like super chef who's, you know, a super nice guy as a giant. He's the Robin Hood of cooking, essentially, where he just makes food for everyone who is starving or needy, just kind of like Sanji would. But his gimmick is that he likes to make food over a volcano or whatever.
Because he's a giant. You know, they don't make giant size stoves. So
yeah, like he's a giant, so he's got to do that giant bit. I actually found that one of the fun things about this bit was that when Sanji was like, "Oh, hey, your dad's a famous chef. I probably know him." And she's like, his name's Pants Fry. He's like, "Oh yeah, everybody knows that fucking guy." I thought that was kind of cute. But we set her around Lily trying to get her dad free or whatever. And that goes off, you know, mostly without a hitch. I mean, the plan execution was kind of fun, at least. Honestly, that was probably of the stuff we got in these episodes, that section was probably the most fun. Just them being like, all right, here's the plan, team. We're going to put all the fucking Devil Fruit users on the mini-Mary, and they're going to play support from the back. Meanwhile, all the not Devil Fruit people are going to go straight in and be like, you know, cut the chains, get them free, and then we're going to skate out of here, baby. And then none of that shit happens. And they just get into a normal fight.
Well, it mostly happens. And then, and they would have gotten away with it too if those, the Neo Navy hadn't shown up.
Those meddling Neo Navy motherfuckers.
Yeah, so like honestly, their plan worked near flawlessly, minus Luffy, but they were gonna get away with it anyway. It's just that the Neo Navy kept showing up and ruining everything. So there was that.
Speaking of the Neo Navy, so we don't really get a lot of exposition on these guys. I will say this is where that loose tie-in is. So the Neo Navy will make a reoccurrence or a reappearance. Sorry,
I would hope so.
Movie that we're they will reappear in the movie we're about to watch. That's where the tie-in is. But we get this guy Shuzo, who's just like a goon, the long arm goon with like hockey powers or whatever. He also does like the 6 powers, which is kind of fun. But more importantly, he comes up with this fucking dude named Alpaca Chino, though.
I swear. This is
go ahead.
Just this is so nonsense. I love it.
It's like the version of Lasso the gun dog, but just alpaca. There's really no difference.
It's the Pokemon evolution of Lasso the gun dog. Is Alpaca Chino the canon alpaca or bazooka alpaca?
I know I already told you this bit, man, but I don't know how we're ever going to put this dude in a haiku, because we always do the name and then we name like the item that they've been turned into.
And then the something, but
yeah, exactly. I don't know how we do that.
Is already 5 syllables.
So we got to do Alpacachino the
1
gun?
syllable for
Alpacachino the fuzz?
We'll workshop it.
We got to workshop that one for a while. But he's got to be the best character to come out of these fucking filler apps by a mile. I had a great time with Alpaca Chino.
The Navy gets Sengoku-kun and the Neo Navy has Alpaca Chino.
I also love this dumb bit that Shuzo and the alpaca have. So at one point he's on the phone with some chick who's in the Neo Navy or whatever, who he fought. He was like, "Oh, I want to be Zeph's right hand man, and this chick beat me or whatever." He's on the phone with her, and every single time he like tells her off, he does this like nod to the alpaca, and he's just like, "Yep, keep going, man. We got this." So they just like subtly understand each other, like they're encouraging one another. I don't know. I like that bit. The subtle nod was funny to me.
Yes, and to be clear for the listeners at home, Alpaca Chino is a bazooka that ate the alpaca fruit.
Yes.
Not the other way around.
Not the other way around. It is another one of those inanimate objects that also ate
somehow consumed devil fruit.
It'd be that way, man. This is a new world. Random shit happens all the time. I told you there would be more of them. So this is your 4th one? Fourth one. If we count Smiley, we have Smiley, Lasso, and Funk.
True, that's fair. Yeah.
So this is your fourth one. Look at that. How many more of these do you think we're going to come across?
Oh, so many more.
So many more, he says.
Vegapunk is an animal.
No, he's just got like a thing for animals, clearly. He wants everything to have animal traits. Oh, man. This is fucking stupid. But Momongus was here these eps. That was fun. Momongus.
My guy.
He is pretty cool. I do like that they tend to reuse him on a lot of this like random one-off like marine shit. He's a pretty likable guy. I don't know.
Yeah, they tend to always do this thing with Momongus where he is I want to call it like the beacon of hope for the Navy, where he's like this guy who actually believes in real justice and is trying to uphold the law the right way, the honorable way, and stuff like that. So it's kind of nice to see because those are kind of few and far between, especially now where we have this Navy that is run by a Kainu now, especially. Sengoku is out, Garp is out, more or less out, Aokiji out. I can't really think of anybody else off the top of my head that is like an actually good Marine, so we're just going to end the list there.
I mean, Smoker's a good Marine.
That's fair. Yeah, you're right. Smoker, and probably Hina too, if I had to guess.
I would say Hina's up there as good Marine. Yes.
We have very little interaction with her, but just from what we've seen, I would imagine that probably is the case. So yeah. Anyway, Momongus is up there with that kind of crew of people, and I like that. The Navy is still balanced out by the assholes, but also the ones who are trying to do things the right way. It doesn't just wholeheartedly paint the Navy as the bad guys.
Couldn't be these Neo Navy guys. I love how this Shuzo guy comes out of the water, he comes out of the woodwork, and he's just like, surprise, we're the Neo Navy. And we don't want any pirates to ever go to prison. We're going to murder them all. And since you're in the Navy and you just want to send them to prison, you're going to die too. Jeez, fucking,
screw you.
Don't you think we went to like 100 there? Yeah.
Pirate sympathizers, and Momongus is like, whoa, hold up. I hate pirates as much as the next guy, but...
It's like, I'm literally taking this dude to fucking jail. What are you talking about?
They deserve death.
It's like, okay, like I'm not saying... Like I'm thinking as Momongus. I'm not saying I disagree, but at least give him an opportunity to like face a level of justice instead of like straight murder. And Shuzo's just like, no, only death.
Murder.
And he's supposed to be the good guy. Yeah, whatever. Get the fuck out of here, Shuzo. You're a fucking animal.
Yep.
But we do obviously say, well, not obviously, but we do. We save Lily's dad, the old Pans Fry. They I also like this too. So they're in this area of water that has like extremely rare weather phenomena. They got to do that bit up front so that they can, workshop their way out of any situation using whatever grab bag of weather shit they feel like coming up with to get them out of there. They at one point, I remember the plan was to like Kuda burst with the raft like in tow, and they were just gonna like run away or whatever. But then Frankie's like, nah, you know what? Actually, after we got a little closer, that's a really big raft. I don't think that's going to work. Like, I don't know if we can actually just casually burst that away. And then Nami's like, yeah, fuck, now you tell me. All right, what are we going to do next?
Yeah, I love Nami's pseudo involvement in all of this, where she's just riding the wave rider all around the place, just as the coordinator, commander, chief kind of person, but also making sure to stay far away from the conflict so she doesn't have to try.
She knows her role, and I respect that, honestly. She's the brains, not the brawn. That's totally fine. Although she do kind of be a glass cannon, though, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that is the build that she's gone for. So,
she's
what are you going to do?
Like 0 defense and then like 100% attack. She doesn't have any speed, but she's got a lot of damage.
Yeah.
if you give her an opportunity. But yeah, so their new plan is to use the mini jet streams or the mini knock-up streams to, I guess, ride the raft and then Cuda burst anyway. I guess the thought process is now they're only bursting when the raft is like even with the boat instead of like picking it off the water and flying away, which I do sort of get. But I don't really see the difference in the new plan versus the old plan.
It's just slightly less effort on the Cuda burst part to get the raft airborne. If the raft is already airborne, it creates less friction on the water. Which is technically true, but is it a noticeable difference or is it negligible? I don't know.
These are not questions I think I have answers to.
These are absolutely not the questions I have answers to, but fuck it, I guess. Like we're out here. So let's just do it. She's inspired from way back in the day and just said, I'm going with it. This is how it is now. And then they do it.
Out, dog. Then they fucking do it. Easiest shit of my life. Then they post up in some rock reefs. Shuzo is big Angie because he's like, I wanted to fucking murder some pirates, but all right, fine. I'm going to murder you Marines instead. He also doesn't, by the way. He's an idiot.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. It's funny because he's like, I'm going to decimate your whole Marine like thing. And he does that. And then, he finds, the rest of the goods and, spoilers, but not really. After Luffy and the rest of them beat his ass and tie him up, then Momongus comes out of the woodwork like, you thought you defeated me? Did you actually think you could kill me? And Shuzo's like, how did you live?
I just love the thing where he goes, he pulls out the Beaver card also and is like, because Shuzo asks him like, how did you get here? How did you survive? And he's like, oh yeah, I did pull this Beaver card trick. I don't know if you know it or not, but it very much seemed like a hard dig at Shuzo, like maybe because Momongus quotes that he learned it from his master. So presumably there's some bad blood there between them. Maybe they were both students of the same master or something to that effect. Because they employ the same technique. Where Shuzo shows up at this rock reef outcropping because he stuck a piece of a Beaver card to the bottom of the raft and so was able to track them that way earlier in the set of episodes. And then Momongus does the same thing to get there. And so it seems to have some sort of logical purpose, but also this is filler non-canon, so really what's the difference?
Can I tell you too, I don't get Beaver cards anymore. Like I really thought I did, dude. But like they simultaneously, I think, seem to have the ability to follow the person, but then also follow the biggest slice of paper. And I guess my mind just can't like fathom that those two rules can exist simultaneously.
Well, don't you worry. This isn't canon, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, but
you
like
can just
if
hand wave it away and say it doesn't matter.
Even in the canon, I kind of think maybe it's only recently, but I kind of think they do this bit again, even in like canon story. And maybe I'm fucking wrong, but I'm gonna choose to just like completely disregard whatever this logic is and say, no, it only follows the person because that's how else would Ace...
That's how it's supposed to be.
Right. Like there's no way that Ace had a giant piece of paper in his pocket or whatever. They never would have let him fucking keep that when Luffy was following his ass. Like, come on. You expect me to believe that happened? No, absolutely not. So I don't understand Beaver cards anymore. At least not the way they explained them in these set of episodes. I'm like, I don't like you guys choosing to use both rules as it's convenient for you. Just pick one is all I'm asking for. But yeah, we get back to the Rockies, the Rocky Reefs or whatever. And big guy seems fine. The chef dad, he was like, yeah, I'm doing okay. I can make you guys some food, whatever. Shuzo shows up and he actually kind of like he rocks Luffy for a minute, but not until.
I mean, he doesn't just like rock Luffy. He straight up kicks Luffy's ass without even really trying that hard. Nor does he have any real special abilities. He knows how to hockey, and he uses the 6. I don't remember what their official title was, but the 6 moves we learned back in Water 7.
The six powers. Although you're forgetting the most important move, but I don't know what it's called, so it clearly must be even more important than I give it credit for. But the time he closed his arms up and spun around in a circle and turned into a Beyblade.
Oh, right. Yeah, he does that a lot. I don't know. That's his long arm special move. I guess.
He like flips his arms around like a like a propeller.
He does that a lot, like where he turns himself into a torpedo and he propeller blades on his second joint with his arms, and like sure, just whatever.
Yeah, he's just he's having a great time out there.
It's just I don't know. I guess I can understand that he's giving Luffy the hands because he has hockey reinforced six powers, but like it still feels like a cop out to just kind of put Luffy in the dirt so that he can go big ol' mode with Lily. It just I don't feel like it. I don't feel like this should be the case. I feel like Luffy should be fine in this fight.
Yeah, I think in a vacuum, there's no shot that whoever this no-name fucking goon is could stand a toe to Luffy in canonical story. But like, can I tell you? I'm okay with the buy-in if it gives. I
feel like it can just be a fun thing we did. Like Luffy doesn't have to straight up get his ass beat, but like Lily can be like in the middle of the fight. And she'd be like, hey, Luffy, you want to do something fun? Like, we can make this more of a fun thing rather than a last resort thing. He'd be like,
very true.
Hey, Luffy, you want to do something cool? And then Usopp intentionally shoots her into his mouth, and he goes big O mode because they referenced it back in the beginning of the show, or the episode rather. They can be like, hey, you remember when I told you about how I can expand and explode people? And you were like, but I'm Rubber Boy. And then Luffy's eyes can sparkle and he can go, let's do it. Or something more fun that way. Like instead of this nonsense, he's getting his ass beat by a guy who doesn't even have fucking devil fruit. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a little, I actually agreed. That could have been a lot more meaningful and a lot more fun in these set of episodes if they just made a joke out of this Shuzo guy. But I guess at the time when they made this filler, they sort of wanted to like, I don't know, maybe make the movie. They needed to advertise the movie, so they got to make relatively strong seeming goons. Sort of.
I don't feel like we can save it for the movie. It's just this is just annoying me.
Well, I mean, all these episodes are essentially just advertising the movie.
I mean,
honestly.
Yeah, that's fine, but like we can feed a low-level goon who's not really going to mean, which is essentially what we do anyway. We just, for some reason, he can dish out hands with the best of them. So, and he goes toe-to-toe with this other chick for 5 hours or something like that, and she has the devil fruit of some kind. She had like the liquid fruit. I don't know. She like turns the ground around him and then hardens it. I don't even remember. I blocked it from my memory. It was a dumb flashback I didn't need from this guy. I just whatever, man. It's whatever.
You sound like you didn't have fun, Christian. Did you have fun?
I was okay. Like I was having fun at the beginning, I guess, but the flesh mecha at the end was funny. But I just like the whole time. Like the first and second episode were like fine, and then the third episode hits and Luffy's mostly getting his shit rocked and nothing is really going right anymore, and I'm just like, this isn't even like the fun version of the plan's not going well. This is like just boring, like nothing's happening.
Yeah,
and then Flesh Mecha happens, and I'm like, okay, I'm good again for now, but then Lily and Pan-Fry move on with their lives at the very end, so like maybe I hope we see them in the movie again, but like I don't know, it doesn't look extremely bright that it's gonna happen. Who knows?
You think we just ditch them before the movie or whatever?
I hope not.
If you had to guess the plot of the next movie, what do you think it would be based off these episodes? Do you feel like you would have like a reasonable guess, or you just like not even want to deal with that?
Well, my assumption is that maybe the Straw Hats will head for the nearest island to, I don't know, restock or whatever, and it's going to end up being this one island that Boss Z is going to, because at the end of the episodes, we get a snail chat message while Boss Z is talking to that other chick. And he goes, we're approaching the first island. And he's like, all right, time to fucking kill some pirates. And so they'll probably meet up. Even if it's not at that island, it'll be a different island probably, where the Neo Navy is just gunning down pirates. And then the Straw Hats will intervene from there, most likely. Especially if they see, they wouldn't see anybody recognizable. They would just, maybe someone would recognize the Neo Navy flag symbol, I guess, because because Shuzo is the only memorable one. He's assumed to be going to Impel Down. Maybe the rest of the Neo Navy break him out, but it doesn't seem likely. They seem very maybe not happy, but they seem more than likely to just kind of like, okay, yeah, see ya
later.
You've done your job. Bye, Felicia.
Shouldn't have gotten captured, losers.
So, probably won't be seeing Shuzo again. Kind of hope we don't. He's kind of a worthless character. I don't really care about him.
Not because of his long arms.
No. I'm not because of his long arms. If I want to be very clear. Not because of his long arms, because
because of his long arms.
He's worth again. Not because of the long arms. I can't stress it enough. It's not because of the long arms. I'm not that kind of guy. All right, that's all I'm trying to say.
Why? It sounds like you're struggling to say.
No. I'm all I'm saying is, it's not that. It's because he has no personality and he's worthless.
Okay, I think that's fair. All right, well, it's on the script, or it's on the sheet, so it's really the only question left on the table. Who did the Flesh Mecha better, One Piece or Attack on Titan?
Now this is the real burning question.
Oh boy, I mean, it's not even a competition. Of course, it's One Piece.
Who did it first, though? That's the question. I have the answer to this, by the way.
You do have the answer to this.
I have the answer to this.
All right, well then, okay, so I will use my brain to try to figure it out, because I know these set of episodes came out when I was in college, as did Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan came out when I was in my third year, and this came out, I think this came out when I was like in my second year summer, something like that. So I'm going to go with this came first. Actually, okay. Hold on. Manga or anime? Manga or anime?
The very first instance of either of these. So Attack on Titan manga, and then these episodes, because this wasn't in the One Piece manga.
It's got to be the manga then, because I think it's pretty tight. I think the timing's pretty tight.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
You are correct. And you are also correct about the tight margin. The Attack on Titan first volume release was June of 2012, and the first episode of this set of episodes, 575, came out December 2012.
Man,
6
dude.
months.
Shit, that is really tight.
Yep. So Attack on Titan did it first. Now the question stands, do you think that the One Piece animators read Attack on Titan and were like, we could probably do that?
Yo, I can milk this.
Yo, we can do that, right?
Can I tell you? I bet you that they took a little bit of inspiration, because Luffy did not look good in Flesh Mecha form. He looked fucking weird, dude.
His proportions were off.
Like you would think, okay, so because they did the bit where Lily grew inside of her, your immediate expectation is like, oh, okay, so it's probably going to be like Lily shaped, but with like Luffy skin, I guess. But meanwhile, what we actually got is this just like, I don't even know. He looks like sausagey. He looks like a Simpsons character, but just big.
He does.
I guess.
You're right. He does. He does look a little like a Simpsons character. Yeah, he's just got those like weirdly thick limbs, and they're animated strangely. I agree. I don't know why they needed different tech than normal giants. Like, we have normal giant. They're like One Piece giants in these episodes, 2 of them, and then we still choose this like weird amalgamation thing that Luffy turns into. And you're right, you would expect it to be kind of lily shaped, but like really you can't do anything more than the horns and maybe give Luffy tits. I don't know what else you do to make it lily shaped, but
I mean, I would just do lily. It doesn't even need to be like like tits. Just make it like a normal lily shaped body, I guess. Like whatever this like sausage man is that they came up with. The only
like
sense to me.
The only more identifying features, like she's thinner than Luffy. Like if they were to be on the same level, because Oda only draws women in one shape in this universe. She's thinner than Luffy is, so she wouldn't naturally expand any of his other limbs. The only things that would be different are the horns on her hat and boobs. But we don't do that because this is a kid's show at the end of the day, so we're not trying to.
I don't think that's entirely fair. No, it would just turn Luffy into the shape that Oda draws for every female, or for every woman rather, in this entire show. Or because as she gets bigger and his skin starts to stretch thinner and thinner, it'll just like wrap really tightly around her or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I know. But like the only things that would end up being identifying are horns and tits. That's about it.
All right. Well, regardless of what's identifying, the shape of him was fucking wild, and I have no idea why they chose to animate it that way. I remember like when Usopp first looks at him, and he's like, "Wow, he became a giant," and then Chopper's like freaking out, like but with like diamond eyes, and I'm like, "Are you guys into this?"
Of course they are.
This is the weirdest vor I've ever seen in my entire life, if I'm going to be honest. This is not how I would ever get my sick kicks. I think this is definitely going to keep me up at night if I'm not careful.
Yeah, it's a thing. And it happens. I did like just the comment that Shuzo makes where he goes, "Oh, you're a giant guy. Your giants are real slow and I'm fast." So then Luffy goes, "Oh, really?" And second gears immediately. Yeah. He goes, "Oh, I'm slow, am I?"
Let me just
teleports
turn on
behind you.
Yeah. Nutty or what? Fuck, I forget the line. What's the line, Bart?
Omae wa mou shindeiru.
Nutty. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So that one bit was fun out of all of it, because then I think is it just the spear that he does in giant jet form, or does he do a Gatling also? I don't remember now.
I think in giant form all he does was the spear. Yeah, the animators could not be bothered to do that with giant Luffy. They could not be fucked.
Either way, that part was funny, where Luffy totally just reverse cards him with it, but otherwise whatever.
All right. Well, I mean, I we pretty much covered it. I mean, is there any?
I just wanted to one other thing for when they're talking at the very ends of the last episode. They in the captions of my sub. Now, this could just be a mistake on the part of the translators or whoever made the subtitles, but the guy on the snail chat goes, we're approaching, or we're arriving at the first island, and the F in first is capitalized. So as in like that would be the name of the island, not as in, oh, we're getting to the first island we're going to go murk pirates on. Like the name of the island might be First Island.
Yes.
So I'm just in my head, I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, then like, why is it the first island? Like, what is the first island of? Is the first like in a chain of islands that are like the first, the second island, third island, something boring like that? Or is it more like, maybe this is like, I mean, which would be a shame. What I'm about to say is a shame because this is technically non-canon, but like, what if this is the first island that like Gold Roger came to in the New World or something like that?
Man.
Or like the first island that Whitebeard conquered in the New World or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at one point Devin told me, or like to advertise that he was like this super attentive like watcher. That is attentive, for the record, and I'm actually quite impressed that you were able to pick up on so many beats with just one capitalization of one fucking name. I do not want to confirm or deny any of these things that you were suggesting.
That's fair. I wouldn't have expected you to either. It's just going to stew in my head for the next week until we watch the movie, and I will see what the status of my prediction is then.
I'm here for it. I think that's incredible. I'm glad. All right. Anything else, my guy?
No, I think I'm good now.
All right, moving on. Next week will be Film Z. Woo!
Yay!
Wait. Is it going to be Film Z? I thought we were doing more filler or something. No. We're doing Film Z.
No. It's Film Z.
We're in the watch along this weekend. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Film Z. Woo! Sorry about that. Moving on to quotes. Do you have any quotes, Christian? I got a couple actually.
Yeah, I've got one or two. I mean, again, this set of episode was not incredibly engaging, but I do have a couple. So the first is, I'm in there whenever Robin's making morbid jokes about dying. So, while Team Distraction is on their boat, Robin is pointing out the fact that they're all devil fruit users, and that if they all fall into the ocean, they have no way of recovering or anyone saving them. So she goes, "If we fall into the ocean, we're dead. I just hope we don't drown and get ripped to shreds by sharks." And then obligatory, "Robin, you're scary," from Chopper, and like, stop it. Usopp just wasn't there this time to be like, "Hey, cut that shit out." The only other thing, this one was from Boss Z at the very end when they're discussing how Shuzo is getting sent to jail and the girl is worried about Shuzo revealing their plans. Boss Z goes, They won't say anything no matter how horrible the torture is. But this is the part of the movie where we like cut back to 45 minutes ago where he just kind of proclaims it to the whole real Navy of his own accord. And everybody else is like, and even Al Pacino is like, boss, you're not supposed to tell him that. And he just, he shiles bashfully and goes, it's fine. I'm going to kill them all anyway. So that doesn't happen, of course. So now the Navy is very aware of the Neo Navy.
Yes, that is indeed the case.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Regardless of the Flesh Mecha buy-in, I actually found 575, the first episode in this set, to be a lot of fun for if you're a fan of crew vibe time. Excuse me. Both of my quotes are from 575. I've got when Luffy is chasing after Lily in tiny form. He's like, "You're a rotten little food snatcher," and then he nets Brooke, and Brooke goes, "No, I was framed, I swear."
That's good.
And then this next one is when Lily is also running after stealing food. Sanji is screaming from the kitchen, "That bug is about to eat us out of house and home." And then a short pause, and then he goes, "And booze." And then Zoro goes, "Oh, hell no." Oh, man, it's so fucking good. Never change you.
There's a line, too, later when Lily gets food from the Navy ships as it was like falling out of the sky. And she goes, food, whatever. And, Luffy's interested. And then she goes, "Oh, and sake." And Zoro's like, "Excellent work."
No. It was like, because Zoro was like, "Yo, we could have used your help. You were out there just like literally fishing for food." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I could have helped. I'm so sorry. I got booze, though." And he's like, "You did great."
Did I ever tell you you're my favorite?
Yeah, exactly. Dumb shit like that. All right, those are my quotes. All right, moving on to the Golden Ham. Who is the Golden Ham this week? Maybe we should just give it to Shuzo.
Fuck you.
I mean, come on. He's the one we talked about the most in these eps. If I'm
going to give it to a character I may never see again, I'm going to give it to Lily for Flesh Mecha.
Okay, I can do that.
Or we can just give it to, or we can bypass that altogether and just give it to Flesh Mecha Luffy. But I think I'd rather give it to Lily instead.
The only two I actually want to give it to are probably Luffy or Momongus, but I'm here for Lily. Honestly, Lily
I thought about Momongus too because I do love me some Momongus as well, but I like Lily. Lily was a fun character also. We didn't really talk much about her as a whole either, but Lily was a pretty fun character.
She was a fun character.
I liked her dynamic.
I think it's just kind of like distracting because these set of episodes need to like spoon feed you a lot of like very bizarre exposition very quickly in order to advertise for the movie. So Lily, even though she was like a fun written character, didn't get probably as much time to shine as she otherwise could have, I don't think. Okay, we did it.
We're here.
All right. Well, then now that we're here, it says we have fan mail. Are we actually doing the fan mail? I guess I can look it up.
I don't have that fan mail.
All right, this fan mail comes from a gentleman by the name of Zach. Maybe it's not a gentleman. Maybe I'm just a fool. It comes from Zach. And I need to read it quickly because I got to make sure that it doesn't have spoilers in it. Oh my God, it's a long one.
This was supposed to be Justin's job.
This is a Go over the East Blue made it to the colors of my Stride, Kobe, the mayor, the window. Oh, this is I think this is literally just like a trivia question that he sent us. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, all right.
You want to play?
I'm into it.
All right, cool. So I'm going to read the email now. Guys, the trailer for the live action just dropped, and I love it. This is such big news. A new story will start, and I am excited for it to be started. This news affects One Piece fans all over the world, but there was a world event affecting One Piece not too long ago, the World Character Poll, where everyone could vote for the first time, and the top 50 would be making it on a massive color spread. So what minor character from the East Blue made it onto that color spread, minus the Straw Hats or Kobe?
Okay, wait. There were a lot of words there. Can you repeat that?
Okay, so last year there was a big event that happened where there was a worldwide character poll. So a poll that anyone could, because usually they do those like only in Japan or like they're like regionally or whatever. But they did a worldwide character poll of like who's everyone's favorite characters. The question is, what minor character from the East Blue made it onto the top 50 character color spread minus the Straw Hats or Kobe? Only one.
Minor character from East Blue. So we're talking like basically all of like the Romance Dawn saga.
Yeah, all that Romance Dawn stuff. I can actually tell you there's a non-zero chance you get this, and I think you even know this answer already.
My answer is, which one do I want to say? I'll go with Johnny.
Ooh. Do you want to make it? You want to make it spicy? I'll give you like three answers.
Then my other one is Yosuke, and other side character for Romance Dawn. I'll say Chef Zeph and his pickled leg.
You've reminded me that Zeph exists. It is not him, and it is not Johnny or Yosuke. All of them are a tragedy. But the only one that broke top 50 was Whoop Slap, the mayor of the Village.
Oh my God.
The meme, Christian, the meme.
I should have known. I mean, Johnny or Yosuke is like, that's like a meme, right? But
I mean,
I guess Whoop Slap is actually more meme.
Yeah, that's like the true meme.
I think somewhere deep down, I did know that. That vaguely sounds familiar as something somebody mentioned offhand once.
Also, fun fact, so this happened in thanks to a push by the Grand View Review community, which is just like a One Piece community. Don't worry about it. Whoop Slap managed to kick Pell off the color spread.
That's fine. Oh, fine.
Oh, I didn't know we hated Pell. I like Pell.
I don't hate Pell. I hate that Oda left Pell alive.
I'm mad that Oda gave him heart and then didn't let my soul die with him. The rest of the email says, I hope you have a great week, and I think I will switch to sending these every 2 weeks. I mainly do this so Justin can't complain about there being no fan mail. Well, thank you. And here is 2 cover pages that started the World Deck series. Oh, thanks. Well, Christian doesn't need to see that, but there you go. Congratulations, Christian. You failed, but honestly, everyone else won, and that's all that matters.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, thank you, Zach, for the email.
Thank you, Zach.
Moving on to Patreon shoutouts. Twiggo, the big twig himself. Themselves.
Oh,
herself.
Yeah.
Themselves. Thank you, Twiggo. We love you. Moving on to the grab bag. I don't know why I decided to sing it today. It just kind of felt right. I don't know. Do you
go off, Queen?
Do you want to reach your hand in the bag, or you want me to reach my hand in the bag? I don't care who does it this time. I didn't fuck with the bag this week. No funny business.
Yeah, I mean, I'll reach in. I don't mind.
All right, here you go. No, bag is opening. Go ahead.
All right, cool. It's actually quite pleasant in here. I don't.
You just got syphilis again.
Fuck. Wait, what?
Yep.
But like, it's fluffy in here. Like there's like fur or something off an animal. Or let me see in this bag.
Oh,
what is it? Is this alpaca hair? Fur?
Yeah.
What do they have? Whatever alpacas have, like cotton.
I believe fur. Yeah, I got a bunch of alpaca fur because I figured that would be a lot
syphilis?
of fun. Well, I had to.
Or did this
sponged
alpaca
the
have syphilis?
No. The alpaca did not have syphilis, okay? We do not do animal abuse here, Christian. That's a very serious topic, okay? No, what had happened was I took the alpaca hair and then I just, sopped up a bunch of syphilis and threw it in the bag. You know what I mean?
There's a loose puddle of it on the floor you forgot to clean up, so you just shaved the nearby alpaca.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very common things that everyone goes through.
Everyone does them. Does it. All right, well, I'm going to go wash my hand. This shit says haiku. While I'm washing, you can give the fucking people your shitty poem or whatever.
All right, perfect. So my haiku this week. The Neo Navy has an alpacachino. They're too powerful.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Luckily, I kept my headphones on in the bathroom so I could hear that.
Okay, good. I'm glad because I was worried because I made sure to have alpacachino in this just for you.
Yeah. On the way, while I was scrubbing my hands, hopefully that'll nullify. That's how syphilis works, right? You can just kind of like wash it off and it's good.
Yeah. Maybe.
While I was there, I thought of my own. And I definitely made sure to keep our new Lord and Savior in there. Alpacachino, fourth in a prestigious line. Animals, but not.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, fourth in a prestigious line. Wow. Nice. Snaps. Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm,
Thank you for your haiku, Christian.
We've done it.
We made it to the end. Do you do you have anything else you want to say?
Follow us on our socials, Instagram and Twitter at Panda Sightings. If you want to follow suit with Zach, our new best friend, you can email us at pandasightings@gmail.com. If you would like to participate in giving us monies like Twiggo does, then you can find us at Patreon. PandaView is that one. And if you'd like to talk to us personally, we have a community Discord where a lot of us tend to frequent these days. It's been quite fun. Yeah. There's a good batch of people there. Very nice. Totally not holding a knife to my throat so that I praise them more.
I did not like the way you paused after you said they were nice and then proceeded to talk about the knife to your throat. You're not selling this one for me, my guy.
Just reading the scripts, Brendan.
Right, of course.
They're a lovely, very supportive group of people.
Wow, look at that.
Let go of my family.
It stopped slashing his tires.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Now I'm going to wake up tomorrow with slashed tires. Just because you said it. God damn it.
My bad, dude. I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry.
I hate it
here. Don't we all, man? Yeah, thanks for listening. Christian, you should do the plugs more often. I like that. You're good at that.
Yeah, but then Devin's going to complain that he lost another job, and I don't think I can hear that from him for the next 5 weeks.
Honestly, all right, I guess it is what it is. All right, thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.